Let us now continue to the next topic, which is the Huygens principle. It is sometimes it is pronounced as like I plus Gans. So sounds like Huygens principle. Okay, so this topic, it's still part of the waves and optics, the nature and the propagation of light. So this principle is we will be able to identify or to know that the wavefront of an object, that every point of a wavefront may be considered as the source of the secondary wavelets. So we will discuss that later on. But before that, before discussing thoroughly the Huygens principle, so let's have a recap first for our previous discussions about the nature and the propagation of light. So take note that we defined light as a wave, or in general, light behaves like a wave. So there are some behaviors of light that prove its wave nature, like for example the reflection, diba, the discussion about the reflection. We also have the refraction, the diffraction or the bending of light. We also have the polarization, or even the interference of lights. So these behaviors cannot be fully explained if light is treated only as particles. Diba? Manay pasabot sa light as a wave. We also discuss about reflection of light. We have that the angle of incident is equal to the angle of reflected ray. Diba? Angle of incident is equal to the angle of reflection. Reflection happens when the light bounces back after hitting a surface. So let's have a recap about that before time we discuss Huygens principle. And we also have the refraction of light, wherein refraction is more on the bending of light as it passes from one medium to another. So for example, we have the air to water, or air to glass, or water to glass, and so on and so forth. Then we have the formula used, the Snell's law, or the law of refraction, wherein n sub 1 sine theta 1 is equal to n sub 2 sine theta 2. Now always remember, in terms of the refraction of light, that light bends toward the normal line when entering a denser medium. When we talk about denser medium, it has a higher index of refraction, diba? Just like we have in our previous discussion, comparing the air and the water. The air has 1 coming from air going to the water, which has 1.33. So it has a denser medium. So kung denser medium gani, ang bending of light is going towards the normal line. Now, if the light bends away from the normal line, that means that when entering a less dense medium. So kung ang sa ganito may tabato, if less dense medium yung giagian, from high angle of incident going to less dense medium, or what do you call this one, a small amount of index of refraction. So tendency, there is a chance na magkaroon taog total internal reflection, di ba? So I hope you can still remember about that. And we also have the dispersion of light. White light contains many color. Then the moment that it passes through a prism, it diffracts, or it disperses to different colors, katong Roy G. Biv na colors. But in reality, it has a million of colors. It just simplified to Roy G. Biv colors. So the important concept that we need to remember on the dispersion of light is that different colors bend differently because they have different wavelengths. For example, the violet color or ray of color, it bends the most kay gamay ang iyang wavelength. How about the red color? Ang red kay it bends the least tungod kay gamay ataas yung wavelength. So vice versa, or inversely proportional from each other. And we also discuss about the polarization of light, which talks about light waves vibrate in many directions, but in the polarization, it restricts only the light vibration into only one direction to make it polarized. And We also discussed in the polarization that only transverse waves can be polarized. Therefore, light is a transverse wave in polarization. Then we also have the scattering of light, wherein scattering occurs when light strikes particles and spreads in many directions. So, murag iyang i-re-emit. Diba? That is why natin question, why is it the sky are blue? Or is blue, why is the sunset is red? So that explains, or that phenomena explains to the scattering of light, and so on and so forth. Now this time we will jump to the next topic about the Huygens principle. Now the question here is that why do wave speed why do wave spread? Why do light bends? How can wave explains reflection and refraction? So why does diffraction occur? So that answers the question here at the model of Huygens principle proposed by Christian Huygens. So it says here, as a definition of the class, that every point of a wavefront may be considered the source of secondary wavelets that spreads out in a direction with a speed equal to the speed of propagation of wave. So what does it mean? For example, we have here 33.35 or 34. This example, a spherical view, okay, wavefront. So it says that ang secondary wavelets daw, every point of a wavefront may be considered the source of the secondary wavelength. So in other words, we have here the A part, this one, this is the wavefront. Now we also have the secondary wavelets, the kaning mga gagmay. Okay, so ingon the ari that every point of a wavefront may be considered the source of the secondary wavelets that spread out in all directions. The new wavefront for a later time is then found by constructing a surface tangent to the secondary wavelets, or is called the envelope of the wavelets. Now, all these results that we obtain from Huygens principle can also be obtained from Maxwell's equation. Thus, it is not an independent principle, but it is often very convenient for calculations with wave phenomena. So, okay, I will no longer discuss this one because this is thorough in your end or in your level, but we will have some concept on this topic of Huygens principle. Now, Huygens principle, ako nasa sulat class. Huygens principle is proposed by Christian, but the spelling is double A. Christian Huygens. Now, this principle became one of the foundations of wave optics, ang kaning Huygens principle. Now, by definition, katong gi-define ganina, when we talk about Huygens principles, mara gani yung timanan nga ang every point on a wavefront nag-act siya as a source sa gagmay kaayo nga wave nga gitawag og secondary wavelets. Of tiny secondary wavelets. In other words, the new wavefronts, the new wave front is formed by the envelope of these wavelets. So, manay pasabot sa Huygens principle, or in simplified meaning, try to imagine a wave moving forward. So try to imagine like a wave nga nag-move forward. Ang every point ana along the wave, nag-produce siya og smaller waves. Okay? Please, I hope you could still imagine. Like for example, the wave sa dagat. If na-approaching sa mga usa ka wave, ang every point along that wave, or along the wave, nag-produce siya og smaller pa gyud nga mga waves. And kana nga mga smaller nga mga waves, kung imo nang i-combine, it will form the next wave front. So mao na pasabot ni Huygens principle nga ang every point daw sa wave front ga-act siya as a source of tiny secondary wavelets. So I hope it makes sense about sa Huygens principle. Now the next question now is, what is a wavefront? Sir, unsa nang wavefront? Now ato i-define ang wavefront. When we talk about wavefront, it is an imaginary line that nag-connects or connecting points vibrating in the same phase. Like for example, sa mga example the crest of water waves diba, like for example, if you have a wave, so ang crest daw sa wave sa tubig, that is example of a wavefront that is imaginary line nga nag-connect the points vibrating in the same phase. Now, there are types of wavefront. So, dahil mga types ang wavefront. So, there are types. There are types ang wavefront. First is ang itawag og plane wavefront. So, meaning, kay plane man siya, so, produced by distant sources. Manay pasabot sa plane wavefront. We also have the circular wavefront. Now, what does it mean? It produced by point sources. Produced by point sources ang circular wavefront. Now, if we have to go back from the explanation here, nasa state dari that kung ato daw gamitin ang Huygens principle, the reflected wavefront follows the same law of reflection nga sa ganito nga the angle of incident is just equal to the angle of reflection. Therefore, reflection can be explained through also the wave behavior. Manay according to the Huygens principle. Now, when the law of reflection, so take note of that ang Huygens principle explains the reflection that the reflected wavefront follows the law of the angle of incident is equal to the angle of reflection. Therefore, reflection can be explained through wave behavior. Now, in terms of the refraction, kung refraction na po nga itong isgutan, ang refraction is that when part of the wavefront mosulod siya sa slower medium first, for example, the one side slows down earlier, then the wavefront changes also direction, then this produces refraction. So therefore, this laws still relates to the Huygens principle. Balik ko na ko with the context of, in the context of refraction, sa Huygens principle, when ang part daw sa wavefront, musulod siya sa slower medium, first, ang mahitabo, ang one side mag-slows down earlier pa lang. Sunod, ang wavefront, mausab ang iyang direction. This produces a refraction. So, nagya po yung bending of light nga nahitabo. Okay? How about in diffraction, sir? Or, when we talk about diffraction, is the bending of light. So, when waves pass through a narrow opening, ang each point acts as a source of wavelets, waves also spread outward. Therefore, it also produces a diffraction. Okay? So, that's the concept of the Huygens principle. Basta, yung timaan raani kay ang wavefront. The wavefront, ang every wavefront do kay acts as a source of tiny secondary wavelength. So, night types, ang plane o ang circular. Dayon, ang wavefront daw kay it also explains the reflection nga same ang angle of incident is equal to angle of reflection. Ang refraction pod kay when it pass through to a slower medium, mag-change daw or mag-bend daw ang iyang light, ang iyang travel or iyang direction, so and so on and so forth. That's the concept of Huygens principle. Now, why is Huygens principle important? So, importante siya tungod kay, as mentioned earlier, it explains the refraction, the reflection, even the wave propagation. So, it strongly supports the concept of the waves and optics or the theory of light, kumbaga. So, I hope na-gets ninyo ang pasabot. Now, okay, let's have example. For example, okay, why does light bends when entering glass or entering a glass? Diba? We all know about this in the law of refraction. Kung what will happen to the light, o yung ano mag-bend ang light kung musulod siya sa glass. Diba? We all know that ang light bends because different parts of the wavefront travel at different speed. So, same concept with the Huygens nga. Kato, ang different parts sa wavefront nga ni travel at different speed. So, lalahi siya wavelength kumbaga in the context of the refraction of light. Now, how about why does light spread after passing through a narrow slit? Kung moagi daw siya gamay kay nga bangag, ano mo spread mo ng light, di ba? Katry man na kung mahigda-higda mo at very daytime, early in the morning, for example, for those nga buslot ang atong atop, makita na to ang bangag sa scene or sa nipa, tapos na-light nga ni sulod, okay? Ang light from the sun or sa bintana pa lang daan or buslot ang atong dingding na light nga ni sulod from the gawas. So that example is that ang each point di ay in the slit sa bangag acts as a source of secondary wavelets. So kana nga bangag kana nga mga wavelets kumbaga iyang gi-spread outward. So ang tubag dapat ana is that light spreads because of diffraction nga gi-explain by the Huygens principle. So mao na ang concept sa Huygens principle. So I guess it's just a few discussion of the Huygens principle. We'll just study about the terms we have here, is a definition, how it works on the concept of light and optics.